Good afternoon, and thank you very much, everyone, for being here with us. My name is Patricia Houston, and today we are here in this amazing, powerful, and educational Lunch and Learn, which is brought to you by family partners of Morris and Sussex counties. Today is joining us Lorna Runkle from Act-Cess USA and Treena Rivera. Welcome both.
Thank you.
Lorna and Treena, before we start, jumping into the presentation, would you please share a little bit about yourself or anything that you would like us to know?
Hello, I'm Lorna Runkle. I'm the president and founder of Act-Cess USA. Today, I wanted to chat with you about training and specifically grant-funded staff training. And we have a few people here in the call that who have participated in this training. So I'm very happy to see them, and maybe they too can share their past experience with us. So if allow me to introduce myself to those who haven't met me. Treena, are you okay?
Hold on a second. Let me just
slide. Yep. So the slides are just really for a visual presentation, but what we're gonna do today is we're gonna introduce Act-Cess to you. We're gonna share some of the success stories that some of you in this call already have experienced with this specific grant-funded training. We're gonna talk about your training program. We're gonna involve you with identifying topics that we may include in this grant application that we plan to prepare for you. We need your input. That's why you're here, your valuable input. We're going to talk about the grant, give you an overview what the requirements are, your eligibility, and the assistance that's available from both the state and Act-Cess, and of course the next steps. So just to talk a little bit about Act-Cess. The previous page, yeah. Okay, so we are, our company is primarily a training provider, a management consultant, which happens to be able to provide access to the Department of Labor upskills training grant that pays for the training. So our company was established in 2006, so we've been around quite a long time. The reason why we're in this business is because of this guy, or these two guys in this photo. A person on the left is Patrick, my son. He's now 35 years old. For half his life, he has been in. He's a special needs. He has autism with lots of behaviors. So at age 17. He was placed at an agency called Bancroft in South Jersey, and at that point I personally realized that the staff who had to work with him are a blessing to us, and also realized that there are training needs that the staff have to be able to work with someone as challenging as my son. And this is the reason why we've established Act-Cess. And this is why I'm talking to you now. Personally, I have an MBA degree. I've worked in management with blue chip companies. I've been a training consultant for various industries. Because of Patrick and my mission to help Patrick's staff and the staff of his peers, we've been focused on the human services field. Also, personally, I've been a member of the State Rehabilitation Council. You may know it as the policy advising body for the New Jersey Division of Vocational Rehab Services, DVRS. I'm pretty sure many of you are familiar with that. I've worked with this customized training grant for more than 22 years. And that's gold in this field because that grant is a funding source that has been available to some of you and hopefully to more of you after this call. We contract with top ranked, I'd say world-class trainers, subject matter experts in the field. Our services include helping you with course selection. This will be the first step with this call, with your input. We're going to help you with the grant application. We'll help you with, finding the trainers and delivering, scheduling, and also with administering and reporting as required by the grant. As far as success stories are concerned, you are our success stories. Represented here today, Coordinated Family Care Middlesex. You've been doing this grant for now at least 3 times. And if you do, that'll be the 4th time. We also have, We also have Monmouth Cares. Was also on their 3rd grant going into their 4th. Monmouth Cares has offered to be the lead agency for this consortium that we're forming. And so I don't know if anyone is represented here from Monmouth Cares, but we are grateful to them. And then many of you are multiple times, and on the right side are those that have done it once and are also considering to do it again. Again, circle of care. Thank you for being here. We see you. We can talk about. Oh, okay. What's the next slide? The next slide.
Sorry, I'm sorry about the sensitive, the slides are a little sensitive, sorry. Yeah, this is the next slide. And I will jump in. This is Treena Rivera. I am a Director for Development and Client Services, and we're very happy to have a chance to speak with all of you this lunchtime. So as Lorna mentioned, we have worked with a lot of you, and this is just, I know this is an eye chart, but what's important here is to give you an idea of what kind of training topics have already been shared with some of your organizations. Among these are supervisory performance management, conflict resolution, restorative practice, gender, transgender issues, ethics, professional boundaries, customer service, communication, and professionalism, dealing with substance use and disorder clients, crisis prevention, management, safe and positive approaches to preventing crisis, mindfulness, stress management, team effectiveness, motivational interviewing, strategies to deal with adolescents, safety in the workplace and the community, problem solving, root cause analysis, decision making, mental health first aid, nurtured heart approach, trauma-informed care, suicide prevention, diversity, cultural competence, pathways to healing discrimination, prejudice, and racism, lean enterprise, capacity building, dialectical behavior therapy, working with intellectually and developmentally challenged clients, vicarious trauma, and we handle a lot more. So this is just a sampling of what courses we've offered and what your other organizations have undergone. As I mentioned, so this, if you go to our website in Act-Cess USA.com, you will see that we have a lot of courses that are related to workforce skills upgrade. We also cover improving service levels, so more of the management side of the job. And we also really focus right now, and it's a very important topic, workforce retention. So we have several courses that address that as well. And, you know, other than these, we also cover topics that help with revenue generation, cost reduction. So we really cover a lot. And we also are very open to hearing your feedback on what else would be very important to your organization. So why this training grant? Why is it very important? So for the organizations that don't currently offer training, obviously, like this is a way of getting funding from the state to help with training your staff. And if you're currently doing training, know that this is also used for getting additional funding. And if you currently do have, if you need more training, this is the venue by which you can get more trainers for free, or have them partially funded. So there's a lot of benefit to joining this consortium and being part of this program. In terms of the assistance that we provide, Act-Cess USA will sit with you. We will help develop a training needs assessment to identify your goals as an organization. And then know that one of the best things that we can offer you is really to expedite and simplify the grant application process. It will be so much simpler. Leave it up to us. There's a lot of hand-holding. We'll make it simple for you and for this consortium to be able to get the grant for this. So we obviously provide the training, and then moving forward, we will be assisting in the administrative and monthly reporting needs for the grant. And of course, at the end of it all, the main goal is really to make sure that your staff receives the skills, the motivation, at the end of the program. So we are here to be of service to you. So when it comes to the training program, it's very important for us, since this is going to be a consortium for FSOs and CMOs, we want to know what are hot topics for you. And that we want to add on to the list if it's not already provided, that you see in our website. We will make sure that we offer that to your organization. And know that we also offer continuing education credits that are ASWB credits. So that will be beneficial for your staff. And like I said, we're going to customize the training program to meet whatever you need, whether it's workforce retention, whether it's just, upgrading skills. We want to make sure that we meet what you're looking for. So I think I'll pause a second and just kind of maybe if you would like to share with us any thoughts on what are top of mind in terms of topics that you would need, because I think this is a great venue to hear from you. We love to hear back.
I'll chime in. Hi, I'm Kathy from Coordinated Family Care. So first of all, I just want to thank you. I think a lot of the staff at our agency, especially our supervisors on up, find the Act-Cess trainings incredibly valuable. They complement the trainings that are provided through the Rutgers CSOC grant, but are generally at a much more advanced level and much more in depth. And that's what our supervisors are seeking. And Act-Cess has been the main way in which we meet that need for them. So I would say any training that offers continuing education credits is of high value. Some of the topics that we are very committed to in the coming year is suicide prevention, identification, crisis management with our higher risk youth, and then intervention with our developmentally disabled youth. Those two populations have been the cornerstone of what our supervisory staff on a clinical level have been struggling with.
Okay, thank you. That's very helpful to know. Thanks, Kathy. Is there anyone else who might want to just share, or maybe just top of mind, like what's kind of hot right now?
Yes.
I would like to just echo what Kathy had said. I'm with the FSO, and the state is now has us doing a zero suicide program and implementing policies around suicide and things of that nature. The FSO, we are not clinical workers. So if you can come up with a training that would help us, that is in no way clinical, that we can introduce to our staff, that would be very, very helpful.
Okay, great. Thank you. Noted. All right. Is there anyone else who aside, these are very very valuable. If there isn't anyone else who'd like to share, or you feel free to chime in later on. We'll have some time for Q&A. I will go ahead with the rest. We have a few more pages just to go over, so you know what we offer. So
I also wanna,
okay.
sorry, I see Stephanie Soriani from Tri-County. Hello, Stephanie.
Okay.
Join. It's also her company was also a past grantee. So Stephanie, we wanna put you on the spot and ask what training topics do you consider is hot now in your field?
Sure. I mean, I don't think we actually did the last go around, but we did a couple of years ago. And I know that the management level trainings were very helpful. You know, I know we had all of our managers participate in that. I mean, I'm the same system as Kathy, you know, so the system is having a focus now on suicide prevention. A bunch of us actually have been zero suicide trained, so any continued intervention training in those areas is helpful. And we actually have a number, I mean, just due to the growth in our system, we have at least 20 new staff, and we're the smallest CMO, so, you know, who has started in the last year. So I think that this is a really good time for us to participate in these trainings because, you know, any of these areas will be beneficial to all of those new staff as well.
To Stephanie's
The other thing I will say, I'm sorry, Lorna, is, you know, I know the LGBTQ population is, you know, we're beginning to see, not beginning, but we're continuing to see a lot more involvement in our system of LGBTQ plus youth. So I know in the past that was one of the popular ones that people wanted to participate in. So I think, you know, continuing those as well, maybe even kind of getting a little bit more specific with interventions with that population. That's it.
Thank you. That is, we offer that too. Yes, we offer training on LGBTQ.
Yeah. To Stephanie's credit, they may be a small company, but they were very involved. They participated in a lot of the topics, sending a lot of people. So, you know, the size of the agency is not a measure of, you know, commitment to training. So
Thank you.
Kudos to Tri-County. I also want to just address Denise on the suicide program. So we can take it any way you want. You can, you know, in fact, our current program is not clinical. But we can also have either various degrees or various levels of it. We can take it any way you want. So again, because this is your consortium exclusive for.
Lorna, I think you, yeah.
Lorna, yeah.
A little bit. Yeah, she'll be back.
For FSO CMO. Okay, if you want to be hello, yes.
You're good now, yes.
If you want it to be as less clinical as possible, we will work with that, no problem. But thank you for that.
All right, okay. And
Now, is there any other?
Are there anything?
Yeah, this may not be Q&A, but this is where we really want to make this. It's all about you than us. Any other thing on the topics, maybe? Do you have any thoughts?
The active shooter training, Lorna, I know you and I have discussed that. That's something new that we're very interested in this go round. So we're very pleased that you have given us access to that training.
Yes, we do have the active shooter training. I told you, Victoria, and I hope you agree that we probably has the best in the country that delivers.
Yes.
You know, the federal government consults with him. That's how good he is. And then the way he delivers it is just so succinct and straight to the point, and, you know, very, you know, data driven, and yet the emotion is there when you're involved in active shooter. Now we retitled the class to active assailant, because guess what? It's not just shooting. You know, when you get attacked even verbally, that's that's an active assailant training, and that could lead to, something more fatal.
Yes.
So we take it on not just to the shooting part, but all the way to trying to prevent it from happening, or trying to protect yourself to put you out of that situation. So yes, thank you, Vicky, for mentioning that. And there's that, and there's also the safety in the community and workplace workshop, which is an expanded version of active assailant. In there, you're actually gonna talk more preventive, being able to anticipate or react or even proact to, crisis situations. So yes, we will take note of that.
I can share that I attended that expanded training about 5 or 6 weeks ago with Steve. And
Yes.
yeah, he's excellent. And Vicky and I have talked about bringing it to our agency. So I was very impressed with it. If you want that feedback, and we're going to make it a regular part of our training program.
Yeah, and this is even a self-funded training that you guys, this is not even under a grant. So they are,
right.
Jarrett and Vicky and her team are putting money where their mouth is on this one. So thank you.
Can that be sent to us? I don't think, at least I didn't get it from, as it relates to Passaic CMO. That self-funded training, the active assailant.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we'll send you the information, because again, the difference with being self-funded or being part of the consortium, the training grant consortium, is with self-funded, you can do it. If your need is now, we can do it now. If you're talking including this topic into this grant-funded training, and I think Treena has one of the slides, is the timing of this. It's not until probably February or later 2023 that we can start the program under the grant-funded training. But if your need is immediate, you can talk to us. And we can put together a proposal, just like we did with the Vicky's team. So, but I will take note, Charisse. We'll make sure that we loop you in.
Definitely. Yes. Thank you. Very good feedback. Anything else? Actually, you mentioned as we're going over the grants, since Lorna mentioned that. So just wanted to point out, and we're all eligible here, the grant is intended for private employers. And this is the New Jersey Department of Labor and Workforce Development Upskill Partnership Training Grant. The maximum is $150,000 per consortium, and per agency, it's about $100,000 as a maximum, but we feel like the best chances of us getting the approval would be through this consortium that is being formed right now. And as we mentioned, a lot of courses and topics are covered. Training can be done we have our own network, as you mentioned, of world-class trainers. At the same time, if you have trainers that you also want to fold into the grant, that's really possible. And the grant will last for a 12-month duration. So I think the timing, I can go over timing, and I'll be going over timing a little bit, but basically what we cover, the training grant application involves an electronic application with forms and essays, which, as I mentioned, we will be helping you a lot with. The criteria is really all those who are part of the consortium should have no outstanding obligations with the state, and demonstrate a financial need. And in this case, we are going to form an FSO and CMO consortium. Now, here's the timing. Okay, here's the page. So we are waiting to hear back. The DOL grants chief expects that the announcement will come anytime this October, but then again, we'll have to see, depending on how things go, but we are expecting it this fall. And if that's the case, the submission of the application would be in November or end of this year. And if all goes well, that we get it submitted, and we get you hear back, the start of training can be earliest January 2023, and there's 12 months to complete the training. So with that, I guess as we're talking through, again, if you have any questions, it's great that we have this forum to talk about training, what we offer, any questions you have for Act-Cess. You can also reach out to those who are not here. You've seen the list of those who have received training from us in the past. So you can find out a little bit more about what they've experienced. And if you are interested, and it sounds like there's a lot of interest within this group, please contact us. We'll show you our contact information. Contact us as Act-Cess, or you can also reach out to Monmouth Cares, who will be the lead agency for this consortium. And as I mentioned earlier, we are going to do a training needs assessment because we want to make sure that we understand what your specific agency needs. And then we'll put together the comprehensive program that works for the whole consortium. Once we talk to you one-on-one, each one of you, we are going to have a conference call with the whole consortium, and then we will prepare the grant application for you. So for actually right now, before I kind of like go into more Q&A, I'd like to share with you, sorry, it's been my mouse has been very sensitive. I'd like to share with you a message from our CEO, Joe Runkle.
Hi, my name is Joe Runkle, CEO of Act-Cess USA. If you're looking to train staff and get funding, call Act-Cess. If you want to use training to retain and recruit staff, improve service outcomes, reduce costs, and increase billables, talk to Act-Cess. Using a network of top-rated trainers, we offer industry value training and provide CEUs for licensing. Call Act-Cess. We're your hands-on help for training.
So like I mentioned, thank you, Joe. We are very happy to help all of you, and I will just go to the page that has our information and open it up to any more questions or any comments for the group. So yeah, I take it, Patricia, I know you, we'll hand it back to you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm here talking, thinking that everybody was listening to me. So as I said before, I just want to thank every single person for joining us today, and also to you, Lorna and Treena, for doing this presentation. And we are gonna jump into the Q&A session. That part is not gonna be recorded, so this is the space for you to ask any questions that you might have. Again, on behalf of family partners, I just want to thank every single person, and thank you very much. And we're going to go to the Q&A session. Thank you.
Yes, and thank you for hosting this again. This is very helpful.